Welcome everyone to today's webinar, Meet Sustainable Leather Producers from Ethiopia, where you will meet a very fine selection of sustainable leather producers and leather goods producers from Ethiopia. It's very nice. It's a pleasure to see so many people today online with an interest in sustainable leather, and particular an interest in leather from Ethiopia. My name is Frans Tilstra. I work at MVO Nederland, a Dutch network of sustainable SMEs, and today I will be hosting the webinar together with my colleague Marjolein van Gent on behalf of the Green Tanning Initiative. Let me try and show you the next slide. That's us. And this is MVO Nederland, the movement for new economy entrepreneurs. We're a Dutch network, a membership network for sustainable SMEs. So the Green Tanning Initiative, we'll be talking on behalf of this development program today. What is it? It is a 3-year development program by Solidaridad Ethiopia, Dutch chemical supplier Staal, and MVO Nederland. It's funded by the European Union, and the aim is to develop and produce environmentally friendly metal-free leather in Ethiopia, to improve quality, production quality, and to create sustainable employment throughout the Ethiopian leather industry. And I'm not talking just about the factories, but also about the tanneries and the abattoirs. Our colleague Daniel Tesfaye from Solidaridad Ethiopia, he will today speak about the Green Tanning Initiative and give you all the details about it. So why are we talking about Ethiopia today? Well, the country can be a very interesting sourcing destination for European buying companies. Ethiopia has an established leather industry, very large livestock of around 56 million animals. The country is renowned for its very fine leather from the famous hair sheep, an endemic species of sheep. And Ethiopia has a very supportive government with the ambition to export more sustainable leather products to Europe. Of course, the COVID-19 situation and recent political turmoil has hindered production somewhat in recent months, just as in Europe, basically. But we've heard that exports are picking up again recently. So, what I'm going to do today, I'm very story about Ethiopian leather production from 5 speakers from Ethiopia themselves. So first, we will have Mr. Daniel Tesfaye from Solidaridad Ethiopia, and he will speak about the Green Tanning Initiative. And then we have Mr. Tatek Yerga from Batu Tannery speaking for us. And then Teshome Besufekat from ENTOTO BETH, a leather goods factory, followed by Terefe Alemu from SHIR Ethiopia, another leather goods factory, and then finally, Mr. Sami Abdallah from Sami Handmade, another leather goods factory from Ethiopia. So, what we are hoping for today is that at the end of this webinar, you will have a very good impression of the efforts that the Ethiopian industry has been making in recent years to develop environmentally friendly leathers and to create sustainable employment, and also for you to have a better understanding of what sustainable Ethiopia has to offer. About questions, every speaker will present for 10 minutes and has around 5 minutes to answer questions. And if you have any questions, please type them in the chat box during the presentation, and then we can pose them to the speakers. The speakers will try to answer as many questions as possible in the given time frame. And the chat box, you can find the chat box by clicking the little text cloud in the upper menu. We hope to finish the presentations around 3:45, and after that we will have a little bit more time for additional questions before we end this webinar. There's also one other remark I would like to make before we begin, and that is that the webinar will be recorded for people to watch or to rewatch later online. So, without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Daniel Tesfaye from Solidaridad Ethiopia. Daniel, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Daniel. I run this project, Green Planning Initiative, called GTI. Next slide, please, Franz. So my organization name is called Solidaridad. It is a Dutch-based NGO. The name came from solidarity. We have offices in 53 countries in 5 continents. In Africa, we are based in North, Central, and East, as well as West. Europe, Asia, in America, South, Central, and North America, we have offices. And these are commodities which we mainly engage on: coffee, cotton, dairy, gold, soybean, sugarcane, and so on are kinds of agricultural products which we do as sustainable production. When we come to green tanning initiative, we have 2 main objectives, but our general objective is to promote technologies that reduces environmental impact in the laser technology, in the laser production. These technologies may decrease chemical, water, or energy consumption, and at the end, this sustainable chain of laser production has to be introduced to foreign market like US and EU. As Franz mentioned, GTI, we are a consortium of 4 organizations. The first one is Laser Industry Development Institute from government part. We do with them like technology transfer, support, and laboratory sample and analysis controls. The other one is association, Laser Industry Association, Ethiopian Laser Industry Association, called ILIA. With them, we do promotion and advocacy of green technologies. STAL, most of you may know STAL. This is a big chemical producing organization. With them, we have agreement to support Ethiopian laser industry by providing technology as well as material till end of project. The other one is MVO Netherlands. We do CSR issues, business to business linkage with MVO. In Ethiopia, we have beneficiaries. We work with abattoirs, 3 abattoirs, in 2 in Addis Ababa and 1 in Mojo, collection centers, 3 tanneries, 2 in Addis, 1 in Mojo, and 3 manufacturers. The main pillar of there are 4 main pillars of this GTI project. The first one is we try to improve quality of rawhide and skin. We work with abattoirs and collection centers. We give training for collection centers and abattoirs. For example, for abattoirs, we have given training how to minimize defects which are happening on slaughterhouses, and we were very effective on that. About 87% of defects happening on slaughterhouses decreased. This slaughterhouse, which we are mainly working with, directly supply to tanneries under GTI, so the linkage is there. The second one is environmental, minimizing environmental impact of the sector. we introduced a lot of technologies in collaboration with STAL, which reduces chemicals like sulfide, in pickling acids and common salt, as well as chrome. Chrome is the tanning agent which worldwide has been used, but nowadays the use of chrome or the image of chrome in the consuming side is not good, and we are trying to introduce chrome-free laser. Not only this, but less chrome laser also have been introduced to these tanneries. The third one is the social component. We have been giving training for youth and women working in these collection centers, slaughterhouses, and trainings about how they can improve their working skill, their life skill, their saving skill, first aid trainings, right, or leadership trainings, gender and soft skill trainings were handled under this pillar. The fourth one is we introduced chrome-free laser. The workers have been trained. Then after finally that factory or that manufacturer has to export the laser or the finished product to somewhere else abroad. So we trained our beneficiaries about EU business expectations, LWG, and REACH regulations as well. This is the last pillar. So we have 4 pillars. Maybe the other thing is we also support service providers like ILIA and LEDI. When we come to achievements, there are 2 categories: capacity building and studies. Good slaughterhouse practices, which I mentioned earlier, which we gave for slaughterhouses. Dispute resolution in collaboration with government offices, we handled this one. Gender and soft skill, most of users and women in tanneries got training on this point. First aid, chemical management and safety, waste management, and the listed are also achievements when capacity building is considered. The studies are gap assessments on sourcing slaughterhouse, gap assessment with improvement plan for slaughterhouses, strategic marketing plan, website development for ILIA. So this we will share the link with you at the end. France will do that. They used to have a website, but somehow that website was not working, and we try to develop a new website which they can use to extend their market, to increase their visibility. Cleaner laser production manual, and the rest are also achievements. If you see the last screen, these are some laser products which we developed with our beneficiary tanneries and displayed on All African Laser Fair last year, November. And if you see, they are beautiful, they are bright. This chrome-free laser can take bright lights and reflect more. So these are samples which we did under this project. Thank you. Okay, this is that in last year, a delegation from Europe has visited All African Laser Fair, and this is a B2B matchmaking session happening right there at All African Laser Fair.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much for this very nice presentation. I would like to ask you just one quick question. Could you turn on your camera just for a second so that our guests they can see you with greetings from Ethiopia? Are you still there, Daniel?
Yes, Franz, I'm there.
Thank you so much.
There
Okay.
Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I would like to continue and ask Mr. Tatek Yerga to take the floor. Tatek Yerga is General Manager of Batu Tannery. Please.
Thank you, Franz.
Yeah.
So a brief, should I start?
Yeah, we can see you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Should I turn the video off or should we leave it on?
You can turn it off. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and I think good morning to Cyprian. I think it's early morning in Brazil. So a brief factory background on Batu Tannery. Batu Tannery is a private owned company which is located in Addis Ababa around Kaliti, established in the year 2001. The company is owned by a family business. So it's a family business. Mostly, my father started this company. He started his first business in the shoes around 60 years ago. So because he was very much involved in the shoe factory, he had a big problem sourcing finished leather in Ethiopia. So he established his own tannery. This tannery was established in 2001, and from the beginning started producing finished leather, mostly for the shoe upper. And at this moment, we are producing a lot of finished leather also for leather goods like bag makers also. In terms of the factory capacity, our stocking per day is around 1,000 hides per day. So which is around 25,000 to 35,000 square feet per day. Our major products are finished cow upper, 80%, and 20% of our production is going for bag leather. As I mentioned earlier, about 10-15 years ago, we were producing almost 90-95% only in the production of shoes. But recently, we have got many orders for the production of bag. And most of these bag makers, mostly located in the US and in Europe, they are always requiring high quality material and more environmentally sustainable products. So this is how we are doing. At the same time, our 40% of our production is for the local market, for the export market, and 60% we are exporting overseas. Thank you. To minimize the impact of chrome on people and environment, we are producing vegetable tan leather, and with assistance from GTI project on small scale, we produce metal-free leather. This project started about 7-8 months ago. They made a trial, and the metal-free leather was very successful. And when we took it to our customers in the US and in Europe, and we also presented it at the African Leather Fair, and we're very successful. Everybody wanted a big production to have a bulk production, but because of this COVID situation, we were not able to start bulk trial. But I think once all this situation is solved, very soon we can produce a big bulk. So we are ready. The chemicals are here, but we are still waiting for the final feedback from Solidaridad for this production. This tannery has established, in the beginning, we had just a primary water treatment plant. But in the past 3 years, we have established a secondary or a biological treatment plant. So we are segregating, we have a segregating line for chrome, sulfide waste. Additionally, we also have a chrome recovering plant. And to have efficient production and to have a better treatment in the near future, we are working with LEDI, and we are also working every month on the parameters to see what kind of results we are getting. And the LEDI and the Ethiopian Environmental Protection Authority is always checking our results, and we work with them on improving our performance in this department. So this, as you can see, these pictures, these are some of our products. Environmental sustainability doesn't necessarily have to mean the quality has to be very poor, but in this chrome-free laser, the quality is also very nice. And as you can see, the laser is also sustainable and environmentally free. Not much different from chrome produced laser. This, as you can see on this one. The company strategy is to take our environmental and social responsibility to produce more metal-free and chrome-free laser in the future, establish a tertiary treatment plant for wastewater, which is it's like a third phase of the environmental cleaning process. And this is a very complicated and more expensive part of the treatment process. So we are on the process and under establishment of this process also. We are producing all this, most of our production is going to most of the Chinese companies located here in Ethiopia. And we are also exporting to China and to many companies in Europe also. Thank you for listening.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Tatek. There are some questions in the chat. The first one, you mentioned that you export to Europe and to China. The question is, do you mainly export to Europe or also to African countries or Asian countries? So what is the percentage roughly? Tatek? You're muted.
Now, okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. We don't have exact percentage of which countries and how much percent we export for these countries. But at this moment also we are exporting a lot to many countries like in Kenya, in Rwanda, and also South Africa. And but our biggest export market is still China. And not only China, but also big companies in China also set up a big factories here in Ethiopia. So we are exporting to them. In terms of bag and laser goods, we are exporting mainly to the US, almost 80 to 90%. And it's a growing market for us at the moment. Last year was 20%. This year we are expecting at least 25% of our production to go to the US for laser goods mainly. Thank you.
All right, thank you. There are more questions.
Another question? Okay.
The next one is, why is animal skin depreciating in value? Is it being thrown away as a useless item?
It's a recent phenomenon. Number one, this issue is also related with COVID. Because of COVID, a lot of fashion houses, a lot of big retail shops in the US have closed down. Because of that, there's a big shortage, demand shortage, less demand from these countries. But at the moment, we are seeing a pickup of the demand in the US, also pre-COVID level. So now we are working at full capacity. But also there's a big problem with since oil prices has gone down, a lot of shoemakers are making shoes with plastic and non-leather products, so like textile, plastic, and PVC. So once this situation with oil is subsidized, maybe the demand for leather will increase in the future. But at the moment, what we are seeing is the level of our production is coming back to where we were before COVID. So it's improving.
Yeah, the response to this question was asked by Asagid. Comes a response. Hasn't it also been the case before COVID? But I think we have to limit that discussion, maybe continue if there's time after the other presentations. Then there's one more presentation from Yiska, who would like to know the number of employees at Batu Tannery and their formal status of employment.
Okay. And Batu now, at the moment, we have around 350 workers. Pre-COVID, we were around 400 plus employees. At the moment, now we have around 350, but all 350 employees are permanent. We don't have any temporary workers since we just started increasing our production and we are coming back to our pre-COVID level. So we have all 100% permanent and around 350 workers in this factory.
Tatek, thank you very much for your very interesting contribution.
Okay. Thank you.
I would like to continue with Teshome Besufekat from ENTOTO BETH. Teshome, are you there with us? Are you still on mute? This is always a challenge with people calling in from all over the world.
Hello.
Hello, Teshome.
Yes, do you hear me? Sorry for the inconvenience.
Loud and clear. Teshome, I would like to give you the floor, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much for this chance. I would like to thank all of you on behalf of ENTOTO BETH Artisan. Can I continue? Hello?
Yes, you can. Please
do.
Okay,
thank you very much. As you can see, our company is ENTOTO BETH Artisan. ENTOTO BETH Artisan is a big company that is established and working on women empowerment, as you can see. The next slide, please. Okay, it is basically established in 2012. It is basically a social business. It is a social business engaged in the production and selling of different quality jewelries, leather goods, and accessories, as well as hand-woven scarves. What makes our company so special is that it has far-reaching objectives of extending its employment rate, and currently it has 200 workers, especially living with HIV/AIDS. In order to address our far-reaching objective, we are working on women empowerment and to create social impact, restoring and creating, as well as considering trade as a tool to create more job opportunity for our women. We are still working to create more job opportunity for women, especially with HIV/AIDS. Basically, we are active member of Guaranteed Fair Trade Organization. Okay. This is some of the corporate social responsibilities that we are undertaking while participating in Green Day. And some of the working premise of our company, the leather goods. This is the leather goods working premise. This one is the mini store for the leather goods, as well as the hand-woven scarf, how it is made. As you have visited last time, it is handmade. Hand-woven scarves are made traditionally. These are some of the product features of our leather products. Leather products, as well as the different accessories that we are producing for local as well as for international markets. These are some of the features. Actually, we have more products that we are producing. These are different jewelries. As I have said, we are producing different jewelries for the local as well as for the international market while using recycling bullet casing. These are some of the products that we are making. These are hand-woven scarves. As you have visited last time, there are so many types of hand-woven scarves made in our company. These are some of the samples for the case that we are going to look. Our company has got a strategy. Its main strategy is that, as I have said earlier, through producing different quality leather products as well as jewelries, we are planning to expand our market, mainly to employ more women, to create a social impact, to employ more women with HIV/AIDS. And in the process, we are using trade as a tool and want to sustain and expand our local as well as international market. And also, we want to increase our sales outlets that we are having now. We are currently opening another gallery of sales outlets in Ethiopia so that we can create more job opportunity along the value chain. In order to take, while taking corporate social responsibility, we are creating market linkage for raw materials as well as input and product suppliers, leaving the many countryside of Ethiopia. Since we are concerning on the leather product, we are basically buying the leather from Mr. Tatak's tannery, Batu Tannery. Batu Tannery is a well-known tannery which is taking care of environmental treatment. We are buying the leather from that. In order to realize our project, as I have said, we are opening a standard gallery, restaurant, and other to recruit more workers and to create more social impact. ENTOTO BETH Artisan has export experiences in many countries. Some of them are Australia, United States of America, Europe, and Canada. Where we have been exporting for years in these countries, and we have good reputation and good name in our exports. Basically, as I have said, we are exporting jewelry as well as leather goods and accessories to the export market. As you can see, Australia, USA, Europe, Canada, we are currently exporting. The next one, the last one.
Shome, I will post the questions from the chat. Okay. The first one from Azagate is, do you also provide training to these women? And is the enterprise financially self-sufficient?
Yes, basically what makes our company so different is that since we are working on women empowerment and social impact, just to tell some of the history, those workers have been living while carrying firewood from a name called ENTOTO Mountain. The name of the company is just taken from that. After we have recruited them, we gave them all the necessary training for the production of leather goods, as well as for the production of jewelry and hand-woven scarves. Basically, we are working in collaboration with different leather industry institute, as well as metal industry institute and others. Basically, we train them so that they can get full-fledged understanding and know-how, as well as the skill to produce those products. So we have the required capacity and financial capital to undertake. That's why we are still working and we are under progress. Hello?
Hello, Teshome. There's another question. I think there was a question in the chat, which I think is for Batu from Bart Donders. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bart. So I'm going to Mikala. The question is, do you manage to maintain competitive prices in regard to general prices in Ethiopia? And if so, how?
Is that the question for me?
Yes.
For me. Yes, basically our price is so competitive. Since our basic intention and aim for the establishment of our companies, as I have said, it is women empowerment. So it is a profit-making organization. It is a social business. The price, our price is so reasonable in all regards. That's why we have been exporting for those buyers. So we are competitive and we are ready even to negotiate in some areas. So in some cases, we are sometimes flexible.
Showman, please. If I may ask a question, the main profile of ENTOTO BETH is giving HIV positive women employment. How important is that in Ethiopia? How big of a problem is that? Can you please elaborate a little bit more about that?
Okay. Basically, as you know, HIV positive women, there are double marginalization with HIV positive women. The first one is the HIV AIDS itself. The second one is, as you know, as a developing country or underdeveloped country, women who are economically weak are very much marginalized somehow. So our main objective is just to create to the maximum possible a job opportunity to train them so that they can get the required job opportunity and they can freely lead their livelihood. That is our main objective. Unless and otherwise women are just emancipated from economic slavery, something like that, some sort of discrimination may happen in many countries as well. Therefore, our main objective is to create job opportunity, to get permanent payment for the production, and they are engaged to lead their life. Actually, many of our employees' life is changed since they were living in a very stressful situation before they came to our company by carrying firewood in the forest. It was a very difficult job. So they are our permanent employee. They are getting their salary. They are working. They are even changing their life. This is all about what I have.
Yeah, there's another question related to that. What is the percentage of the total ENTOTO employees who, this is a question from Mikala, who are or once were vulnerable HIV positive women? What's the percentage?
Okay, basically, as I've said, we have 3 production sites: the jewelry production sites, the hand woven scarf production site, and the leather goods and garments production site. In general, we have around 200 workers. Among the 200 workers, many of them are women, and three-fourths of the women are living with HIV/AIDS. 75%, almost 70%.
Thank you so much, Teshome, for that very interesting contribution.
Thank you so much.
There's even one more question. Let me pose a question quick.
Okay.
It's a very interesting question by Asegid. Is the company owned by the Association of the Women, or is it a private company? Can you please explain?
Actually, it is not an association of women. It is a private company. The owner and the founder of the company is a woman named Bethlehem Brahana. She is a woman entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I don't think we have any more questions. Teshome, once again, thank you so much for that interesting contribution.
Thank you.
I would like to give the floor now to Terefe Alemu.
Okay.
And he's from SHIR, Ethiopia, another leather goods production factory in Ethiopia. Terefe, are you there?
Yes, I am here. How are you, everyone?
Thank you. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. My name is Terefe Alemu, and I am the production manager of SHIR Ethiopia company, which is manufacturing laser products. Come to the next slide, please. Okay, the SHIR Ethiopia SHIR is the brand of the company, which is the direct meaning is picnic or enjoying. This company is established in 2007, and the manager of the company and the owner of the company is Hirut Zellega. She is the woman entrepreneur. The vision of the company is to produce a modern laser products, simple and light, and affordable laser products, or competitive laser products. The mission is to expose the Ethiopian environmental friendly laser to the world. So when we come to the capacity of the company is not so much a large company. It is like believed in quality is better than quantity. It is product is focused on the quality, and somewhat it is small. This one is the sample from one stitching room, and there is other rooms also for cutting, design, and other pre-operation and post finishing. Also, the design is there. Design room is there. Okay, when we come to the sustainability of the SHIR Ethiopia company, it is source of finished laser is from the tanneries, local tanneries or Ethiopian tanneries, which is certified ISO certificates, and those are environmentally friendly tanneries, or those are focused on chrome-free laser. Actually, we are using chrome tanned laser and vegetable tanned laser. We are preferring now to use the chrome-free laser. The factory's wastage, when we come to the product of the laser or the wastage, as we know, laser products after the tannery, the product is somewhat the environmentally friendly product, laser product. Only the wastage or the pollution for the environment is the wastage, the scrap or the wastage of the products. We are using the scraps or the wastages of the laser or cut on out laser for small articles like key holder and the decorative puller, and even we are using it or selling out for the food furniture industries to use as a reinforcement for the pillow and other sofa and other furniture materials, because we are using a soft laser, ship laser. Mostly we are using a ship laser, like it is softy laser, so it is good also for the furniture industries. Okay, when we come to our products diversifications, we are manufacturing or producing laser bags or ladies bags, handbags, clutches or purses, small articles, and baby shoes, as well as we are manufacturing garments, both for men and women. Of course, it is not limited to this. We are also manufacture bags for men as well as the women, and our product is actually the customized product is there. It is based on this is our classical products which we are focused on most of the time. Some of products are customized products as per the customer specification or order. Okay, the other, this is also some of our products or product diversification. Here it is small articles which are utilizing from the scraps. So it looks like, or our product diversification is mostly focused on these products. Okay, our trends of the export destination is we have been exporting our products to Japan for those 4 listed companies, and USA for St. John Sports, and the UK Ito Crafted Association. Okay. Okay. Our strategy, we have a strategy for production as well as for marketing. Our production strategy is to produce more, to create additional job for women or job opportunities more than what we have today or now. In addition, we are plan to further improve our quality, products quality, price, and service and supply, or the delivery times. When we come to the market strategy, we are plan to strengthen our promotional activities through participating in exhibition or trade fairs, and our future market destinations, which we are planning for, is mostly Europe, Japan, and USA. Here is the address of SHIR Ethiopia. So this is the end of the slide, I think. If there is any question, or I think there is many question here.
Teref, thank you so much. Yeah, there are some questions actually. I do have a very short question in the meantime. Could you turn off or turn on your camera just for a second so that we can see you there in Ethiopia?
Okay. Okay, here I am.
You are.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Here's my line with some questions.
Okay.
There's a question from Asagit. I think also for the other leather goods producers, and that's what are the main challenges you face in coming to this strategy?
Okay, the challenges of manufacturing leather products or goods is that mostly getting of the high quality leather or supply is the most problem. Even if we are focusing on the high quality leather, so it is somewhat challenging to get within the required quality. Sometime it needs some what we get in the sample and what we get in the final mass production is somewhat make difference, that we are facing such like problem. And the other thing is the market. Actually, the market, getting the market or the buyer is somewhat difficult. Even if our product is high quality, especially our product is high quality in terms of manufacturing or making, except for our employee is make our products in high quality. Even from cutting to every process through the value chain of the production, our product is good, except somewhat we are facing the supply of the leather sometimes.
Yes, actually, Sami of Sami Handmade has also responded in the chat that he agrees with you that the consistency of good leather supply and price is a big challenge for producers like you. Then there's another question from Asagit asking, how can you create more jobs for young people if you look at the size, potential size of the existing and the future market?
Of course, what I have shown on the slide, the small workshop is the now as a sample. Especially we are using this workshop during this COVID-19. We have a huge workshop now, which the government provide us with the reasonable rent. So we are planning after the actually we have been working there. Now after the COVID, we are planning to hire more and work creating training, after recruiting the young women and others, we are plan to give the training, technical training, on-job and off-job training, and then we will make our products production in mass. So through this, we will increase the employment.
All right, thank you. There's another addition from Sami on the prices. Also, good leather supply is an issue, but also price, especially if you want to be competitive in the world market, he has added. Then I see no further questions, so we can go on answer.
Okay, the price of our product is actually a reasonable product, even if we are buying high quality laser or selective laser. We are using selective laser. Even our production is like hand woven or like handmade products. Sometimes it's consume a double laser or front and the back, like double face products. So when we see that it is our product is more with a reasonable price.
Thank you, Teref. If I may ask a question myself, one of the specialties of SHIR is working with scrap leather, with cuttings. You've already mentioned that. How important is that specialty to your business case? How big of a percentage of your products is it, and how's the market for those products made from recycled leather, so to speak?
Okay, thank you. Actually, our product is somewhat preferable from when I see our markets from my site or ENTOTO SHIR site. It is somewhat preferable than others. Most customers, especially the foreigners, visit us and appreciate our products, and even we have a feedback notebook in our sales. So they give a good comments and feedback, and it has more demand if we do more from our side. We do not throw out any of our laser. So when we use all laser, or it is nearest to the zero or wastage or scrap, our profit is from the scrap. We use all laser, and the scrap is also utilized, fully utilized, and our cost is become down using this scrap laser. So in the future, as I have said, we are using the soft laser, and we are planning to use to supply even the very small articles or scraps for the furniture industries. As for also we are making for a seats. So we are profitable also.
Thank you, Teref. I think there's one more question in the chat box. And the question is from Asegid. Do you have a good understanding about the requirements in the international market? And Asegid is talking in terms of quality, quantities, and price. And who are your main competitors? That's the question.
Okay. Actually, we know what the international market is looking for and their interests. One is the quality of the product. We have to deliver the quality products. The second one is the delivery time and the cost. The other thing is the cost or price or reasonable price. In addition to this, the environmentally, our products have to be environmentally friendly product. We believe in this, and the market also needs these ones. Also the corporative social responsibility. We know that what we have to do, and I think that we know or we understand what the international market is looking for, and we are preparing ourselves for that market.
All right, Terefet, there is another question just came in.
Okay.
So we just continue, but it's actually also aimed at the other suppliers. And the question from Mikala, as a European buyer, how do you suggest I ensure my suppliers are reasonable and fair towards their employees? And this means in terms of employee conditions, wages, overtime, such things.
Somewhat, can you make clear the question about the salary of the or the overtime of the employees?
So if somebody buys, if a European buyer buys from you, how can they ensure towards their clients that, or the customers, that actually all your goods are produced in the right way?
In fact,
in India, they often use certifications like SA 8000. I have not seen this anywhere in Ethiopia.
Actually, the customer have to have their own way to evaluate our production system and our product's quality. In fact, me too, I have the specialization in laser goods manufacturing, and I have seen most industries even in India, that is supplying for other international markets. We visit, also participate in most trade fair, a lot of trade fairs, and we got experiences, and we have the exposure. Maybe through our certifications and some our profile, our customers may trust us in addition. The sample we made and supply for our customer may convince or develop the trust in our company.
There's also an answer from Sami, who suggests to visit the production site and also connect with official government institutes to find out about the working conditions.
Yeah, we are working with a lot of the government institute, and also the other supportive organizations. For example, the LIDI, Laser Industry Development, Ethiopian Laser Industry Development, is one of the supportive government institute which consult our industries. Even they assign us the expertise, as well as they provide training for our staffs, both in technical and the system production system, and others is also there to support in for the like training. Trade fair also.
Teref, if I may ask a question, are buyers or potential buyers, are they able to do on-site visits to your factory and do an inspection themselves?
Yeah, possible. It is good. Even that one is good if you if our customer interested to visit our workshop, they may more interested in our production and our outlets also. So I would like to invite you to visit our workshop as well as outlets.
Thank you, Terefe. I see that Daniel Tesfaye, he raised a hand. Daniel, would you like to comment or ask?
Yes, regarding the question from Michele, employee conditions in Ethiopia is much more better than those countries in Asia like India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh. Most of tanneries and these manufacturers, they give health insurance, full health insurance for their workers. The working condition is good. They give protective equipment as well. Overtime, double, when you calculate it, it is double rate is there when they work overtime. They are not forced to do more than 2 hours of overtime, and leaves with payment are there. Regarding wage, we have this kind of problem all over Ethiopia. The minimum wage is not set when Ethiopia is concerned, but the leather industry pays more than textile and other manufacturers, to be honest. So, and child labor is not there. Women are paid equally than men on the same position. But on the other hand, in tanning industry, there are less women because of the working condition. But in the manufacturing side, products, shoe, glove, and the so on, there are more women happen to be working in this industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for that interesting comment. And Terefe, thank you so much for your contribution. I would like to invite our next and final speaker, Sami Abdella from Sami Handmade. Sami, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Sami. Please take the floor.
Okay. So where do I start? The basic belief and mission of our company, to introduce to our guests, is to really preserve the traditional skills of natural materials sourced products, and create sustainable employment and growth for artisans. Ethiopia has abundance of locally produced cotton and leather goods. Leather materials, which can turn into a product that's contemporary, attractive, and can be sold. As a company, we believe to try to create a fair and sustainable employment for all artisans, women employment, youth. That way, the cycle of poverty it doesn't keep going. You have the source, the material, you develop the skills, or the skills are already there. Let's say in terms of weaving, the tradition has always been there, and you have so many weavers in this country that can do wonderful products, and you create employment for them. Somebody doesn't have to think about being like a mechanic or a driver when they have an employable skill as weaving, or with a training of making a bag, you can employ a woman. The training of a 2 years training, a woman can do a wonderful bag that's exportable. What else? We upcycle up to 90 to 95% of our scraps. We never throw away any of our scraps. We make small products. We weave it back, make into rugs or even into bags. We have zero tolerance of waste production. So that's our stand. And we're also working with some vegetable tanned and chrome-free products It's not widely available in this country, but I think some tanneries are involved in doing it, and we're trying to have that as part of our collection. Our strategy is really to expand into more global markets by using technology, more than sell products. I mean, I think COVID has taught us that we can use technology to communicate, to sell, and create more employment opportunities. As a company, we've been to trade shows for over 15 years, and it's really a good way of connecting with clients, customers, to engage. But when you have the time constraint, and also when things like COVID happen, I think technology can be a good backside that can help your business keep going. Also to work on more trend useful product development, and also to train artisans to create more products that are appealing to current contemporary demands. We have close to 75 full-time employees, 48 women, about 25 men, co-workers or outsource weaving and leather making facilities, and basketry and clay products. We have over 150 partners that we work with. Like I said, we've been around since 2005. We've sold all over the world, in Africa, in many countries, US, Japan, Canada, Australia, and also we have 2 main flagship stores. Include hand-woven home and fashion accessories, leatherware, leather accessories, anything that can be locally sourced and turned into a product. We don't want to get into importing and really get into the hassle while you have the assets of these products. And some jewelers do. Not sure if I missed anything. I think that's. And if there's any question, I'm willing to answer. Thank you. Hello, France?
Thank you so much. I'm just clicking through some slides showing all your beautiful products. I think there were some questions in the chat box. Let's see.
I didn't see them. For some reason, I can't see it, but.
You can't see the slides? Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I see you've been in business for about 10 years. What's needed for the business to grow? Say, really, that's a very good. Say, market. You know, it's a market. It's a very high-end market. So when you go to shows, it's very expensive for us to go shows in these places. Let's say you go to Europe at Maison et Objet, or you go to New York Now, and you pay close to $7,000 for a space plus air, hotel. That's a very high cost for our business. So if there's a way that we can cut cost market, I think that's why I talked about using technology, promoting. I think more people can be able to see you either order directly for or for wholesale. If that's answered the question, I don't know.
Hi, Sami.
Yes.
There were some questions posed earlier which were addressed to all the leather goods producers. And one of these questions was, I think it was by Asagit, if I'm correct, what kind of challenges do you face? So one of the challenges is about growing your business, but are there other challenges? We talked about the supply of the leather, of course. Any other ones?
Yeah, I think number one is market is very difficult to access. It's the high cost of marketing. Secondly, I think the leather industry compared to, let's say, other places that I've noticed, like Brazil or other places, our leather products or other, they're not as competitive. They're a little expensive. So when you go into the world market, or let's say hand weaving in India versus Ethiopia, hand weaving is so abundant in India or Thailand, you can easily get something much less expensive in those countries versus us. It's another challenge. Also, I think work ethic and work discipline of our population is also a little lacking, I would say. People have interest in working, but they still need to learn. And I think it's our exposure to the world market or to the world global market that needs more attention in terms of, you know, being disciplined for at work, respecting time, productivity. Those are challenges, I think.
Sami, there are more questions. There's one thing I wanted to refer to. I talked about the questions that were posed earlier. There was one about guaranteeing good employment conditions. I was wondering, did you ever look at certification? Is that a possibility for you?
Yes, we're in the process of applying with the World Fair organization. It's something that we've been always thinking about, but about a year ago we started the COVID has now slowed that down. But yeah, definitely that's one way of certification, of showing people that you're good with all the terms that meet for fair employment conditions and so on.
All right. Other comments in the chat box. Mikala really appreciates that you mentioned these factors. Agrees with you very much. Then Giovanni mentions the CBI program. That's a Dutch program that actually helps the leather sector in Ethiopia also, and says, so Giovanni says the CBI program will start now and can help you with your sales and marketing, and says your concept is great, and I truly believe that with some support you can develop your potential.
Great, thank you.
Then Mikala says to all leather suppliers, I hope I will not insult anyone here as I do not know your quality, but I sense the quality finish on the finished product are lower in Ethiopia. Why is this?
Who was asking this? Sorry.
Mikala.
When we do mass production, I think Ethiopia still lacks the training, the skills. You know, I think Ethiopia was involved in the tanning process for a long time. So that's why we have good leather. I mean, I think Bato can speak for that and other tanneries can speak. But as far as production, it's just the recent 10 years that we've been doing, or 15 years. I mean, when we started, it was very small brands that were struggling with doing work like this. And I think what I mentioned earlier, the work ethic, the work discipline, and also the skills training. We don't have enough schools, training schools to know the standards of the other global market. And I think if we develop that more and collaborate, I think compared to when we started, now you can find so many great. But I understand and I agree. We need more to work more on that.
Sami, if I may ask a question in continuation of this this topic. Yet you do have a lot of international clients. What do international buyers appreciate mostly in Ethiopian projects, and in particular in your projects?
I think it's the uniqueness and the quality of the textile and the leather. Unique. They always say that, you know, especially the sheepskin leather. It's unbelievable. I don't know. It's just the nature of the geography setup. You know, like how Kashmir is really great in, let's say, India, or oh my gosh, wherever the Kashmir is from. Like coffee is really good in Ethiopia. The nature of geography. And cotton also, the really fine cotton is equal to Egyptian cotton, and the nature of it already gives us the advantage of having that high quality product. And then when you add some of the Ethiopian or African aesthetic, that makes it different. So that's some of the comparative advantage that we have, I would say.
Okay, thank you. There's another question from Asagit, and we talked about this before, so I think your answer will be interesting. How did you survive in the COVID situation to keep your business going? Any strategy you adopted?
We closed down for a month and we prayed. And no, but you know, it's been really tough. But one is to look at the local market. We started doing a lot of protection equipments for local hospitals and places like that, for the medical care field, and also doing really things that we didn't ever do, like kitchen and houseware products in a very recycled materials for local supermarkets. And also was, I think, COVID to some extent, even though financially it's tough, it's a way of kind of looking back and rethink of how you do business, how to reorganize. So it gave us time to do that, and slowly the market is opening up. So now we're exporting a little bit, and so on.
Okay, thank you, Sami. There is a comment by Thomas Ringshandel, who says, regarding the quality, in the beginning we were afraid as well. The products should not be compared with industrial products of big brands like Hilfiger. But if you deal with customers who like special handmade products, we never had a complaint regarding quality. Asagit, thank you for your answer also. I think now we can open the floor also to other questions for the other speakers. There were some before that we couldn't address in terms of time yet. Let me see. There was one for Tatek. Sorry, I have to look it up. Tatek, are you here to answer questions?
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
I think so. There was a question. What is the experience if you need to increase your prices? Do customers accept that?
Usually customers are very flexible. They understand the situation in Ethiopia. Sometimes raw material prices go up, chemicals go up, and so we don't actually increase prices dramatically. Like we are very reasonable, and usually when we increase price, we discuss with clients, and usually we never have any problem regarding that issue.
Okay, that question was from Peter Brussard. Then another question from Asagit. How do you get your sourcing?
Sourcing for raw material?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, raw material, there's two ways. One is we have big source We have big suppliers from all over the country and big traders. They collect from the regions and they bring to us. And at the same time, the big abattoirs around the country, they also supply directly to us. So from the abattoirs and also from the traditionally big suppliers around the country. This is most of our sourcing.
Yes, I think this question also relates to traceability. So buyers would oftentimes want to know where.
Regarding traceability, in Ethiopia is very difficult at this moment, but as in Batu, we try to buy material from specific areas, and when we are producing or when we are turning the material in the factory, we try to control the different regions, and we group each region, and from where they come from, we label everything and we process. So we have understanding the quality, the grading, and also try to see what the difference between each region and each cities. And also our customers, some of them request that we have a traceability for these products. So we also work on this process also.
Okay, then Bart Donders asked, and I saw that you replied in the chat also, but perhaps you can also voice that, whether you have been LWG audited and rated.
We are audited. We are on the final process of getting approval, but all the technical things have been already implemented from Batu that we have to improve. Only thing remaining is the certification that we should get for different processes from the Ethiopian government and the local authorities, like the environmental office and some government, water, and different authorities. Due to COVID and because of some delays, we did not get it. We were hoping to get it the past 3-4 months ago. And I think in the next 2-3 months, we should be able to get the final approval. And I think it's almost done.
Great, congratulations. For who doesn't know, LWG refers to the Leather Working Group, and that's basically the only certificate body in for tanneries on environmental aspects. Then Bart Donders also asked, what's the situation for garments for chrome-free leather? And perhaps some of the other producers can also ask that question. Answer this question.
Should I answer this one? Okay.
Yes, first.
For garment, it's the same process, but at the moment we are working mostly on leather goods. But the same process can be applied for garment. We have not had any demand yet from the garment producers. But once we finalize on the leather goods, I think next step, there's a big demand from the garment side, we will definitely have the product ready.
There are some comments in the chat. I'm briefly going over those, but I see a question here from Asagit. Just wondering if any of the firms keep an eye on the new Free African Trade Zone. Perhaps some opportunity will come with that. Who likes to respond? Any view on this?
Yes. As also president of the Ethiopian Leather Association, we have looked into this Free African Trade Zone and advantages and disadvantages of Ethiopia joining this zone. But there is a big advantage in terms of for Ethiopia in the leather business, because Ethiopia has very advanced in the leather sector. We have big shoe producers, big leather good manufacturers, and the tannery sector is over 80-90 years in Ethiopia. So we have an advantage in this situation. So our association is also inquiring through the government to see what advantages it will have on our association and our members. We feel very strong and very confident that this the new African Free Trade Zone will be complementary to our association and to the laser sector in Ethiopia also.
Okay, thank you, Tatek. There's another question for you. Giovanni asks about the status of moving the tanneries to Mojo.
Yes, that's also one of the biggest questions and works our association is also engaged in. The Mojo Laser City is still is going on. The government has just recently secured the land from the Oromia region, or in the process of securing the land. Once the land is secured, I think we should go very fast, and the finances already ready. So it's ongoing, but it's a small government bureaucracy that's holding this process, but it's very successful, and we are hoping that it will be under construction in the next 1 year or 2 years.
Okay, thank you, Tatek. There was another question for Teshome.
Okay.
Teshome, are you here still?
Yes.
Because
Hello?
see.
Hello?
Teshome, the question was, how is your profit shared since your enterprise is a social enterprise?
Basically, we have different modalities. The first and the best one is we are paying a reasonable payment in the reasonable price, monthly salary base. Monthly salary is the basic one. The other one is we are giving some sort of fringe benefits for our employees. In the next period in time, we are planning to prepare a certain modality so that we can arrange a profit sharing scheme for our workers. But currently we are paying them a reasonable price and salary, as well as some sort of fringe benefit as per the production. But in the future, we are planning to give some sort of a modality and a scheme to share the profit. It's under study.
Great, interesting. Thank you, Teshome. Here we end the question part, and I give the floor to Frans.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. We see no more questions in the chat box, so I hope questions or comments. So I hope that everyone has the information that they came here for. So I would like to first of all sincerely thank all our speakers today from Ethiopia for sharing their interesting and inspiring stories, tuning in from Ethiopia. I would also like to thank you, our guests, for tuning in today. And I would like to stress, if you need or want any more information on Ethiopia's fine leather products or our green tanning initiative, please get in contact. Our details are here on the last slide. I shared some websites with you, and you can also always send an email to me or to my colleague Marjolein van Gent. Our email addresses are here on the last slide. So if you, after today, feel inspired to maybe pay Ethiopia a visit yourself, also I would like to invite you to get in contact with us. Last November in 2019, this was a couple of months before the whole COVID-19 situation, we hosted a successful trade mission to Ethiopia, where we visited a number of leather goods manufacturers, and also the All African Trade Fair, with 8 companies from Europe. So if you are interested in those kind of things, please get into contact. Of course, because of the COVID-19 situation is a little bit different now, but we still hope to organize another trade mission as soon as the situation allows it. So also, if you want to get in contact with one of the companies that presented today, I would invite you to send us an email or contact them directly. We will be sharing this this presentation, all the slides with you, so you have their contact information as well. Marjolein, did I forget to mention anything? No? Okay, in that case, I would like to thank you once more for tuning in today and joining us on this interesting webinar. And I would like to wish you a very pleasant day. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.